Welcome back to Straight Betting. Men, the last couple days have been treating us good. I'll get into the recap in a little bit, but it was indeed another 3-0 day. Like I said, I don't think the reads were insanely good. Like every prop was very, very sweaty. But the first winner of the day was Justin Edwards over 18.5 PRA. Look, the dude did not shoot the ball well. He did play pretty good minutes. I think I was pretty spot on with the minute projection, but didn't have a ton of volume like the way I expected. Like I said, he didn't shoot the ball well, but he did have a really good rebounding and assist game, and I didn't exactly have that in my write-up, so I'm not going to go and give myself too much credit for that Edwards play. Same with the Anthony Edwards one, man. I mean, he also shot insanely efficient, right? I think he was 10 for 15. I don't think he missed a 2. It was like 5 for 10 from deep. He got hurt in the middle of the game, and definitely missed out on some minutes because of that too, so like I said, I don't think that was exactly the best read either. And then Naz Reid over 11.5 points. I mean, he ended with 13. He was like 1 for 4 from deep, 5 for 9 from the field, so another insanely sweaty one, man. I don't know if that was also a great bet. Definitely had some good variance on our side, guys, but we'll take it. You take it when you can get it. I got 3 official bets for today, guys, and let's hope that, they can be a little less sweaty here. Hopefully, maybe, some sweat-free winners. First play of the day, I'm going with Nikola Vucevic over 1.5 threes, plus 124 at FanDuel. And guys, this is not like the end-all be-all stuff here, but the graph I'm looking at is literally just zero filters on the year straight up. I mean, he is over in 55.9% of games. Like I said, not the end-all be-all. And matchup is going to be with Portland. And look, guys, he's going to get guarded by Donovan Clingan. Donovan Clingan is probably like the slowest, maybe the most slow-footed center, maybe Zach Edey, but in the NBA. And the pick and pop game is just going to be wide the hell open. And like I said, I don't really have like a ton of like data behind this. This is like more of an eye testing, a film play. So I'm going to show you guys some film. Okay, guys. So this is obviously not Nikola Vucevic playing, but I just wanted to show you guys like a stretch big against the Blazers. Obviously, Al Horford got like a 3 from a kickout pass. But here's like a pick and roll action, right? You see Clingan right there. He's just super immobile, sitting all the way back, getting out late for the contest. Another pick and pop action. Clingan, just he's a drop coverage center. He can't really move. Al Horford just getting easy stuff. Another pick and pop thing. Drop coverage right here. Wide the hell open from deep. That's what it's going to look like with Vooch here too today, man. I mean, Clingan is just a great person to target. We see Al Horford come here. And, Clingan just like literally just a very simple play, right? And Clingan just loves to sit next to the rim. I wonder if there's any more pick and pop looks, but yeah, it looks like another pick and pop look. Screen, overcommit, 3. Yeah, and Clingan got out there a little bit fast because Al Horford's, a little bit of a better shooter than Vooch, but I really think that especially against Vucevic, he's going to get out there pretty slow. So, yeah, guys, nothing else on that Vucevic play. Honestly, I just think that plus 124, against a center like Clingan is way too short for Vucevic, especially when he's over in, 56% of games. All right, guys, second play of the day, I'm going with Alperen Şengün over 4.5 assists, minus 114 at FanDuel. And the only filters I'm going to need to use to start is head-to-head and potential assists, right? So Alpi, head-to-head potential assists. He's had 6, 9, and 2 assists against the Thunder this year. But here's the thing. Look at the bottom of the screen here. Potential assists, he's averaging 14 potential assists against OKC. That's a big difference to his 9.1 season average of potential assists. This next filter that I'm using, 10 to 15 potential assists, right, guys? So in games with 10 to 15 potential assists, he is averaging 14 potential assists against OKC. So this isn't even like doing anything crazy. This isn't trying to be overzealous, trying to, justify the bet. This is like being very objective of it. And obviously, guys, 80% of games, this is a winner when he has 10 to 15 potential assists. Like I said, averaging 5.7 assists in that sample as well. This is also just like a really big game, guys. So I do think it's good for Şengün's minutes. OKC, Houston. Houston's going to be up for this one. They're really going to try to win it. It's in Houston, which I like, because in OKC, that's always scary for a blowout. But this is with Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green. Obviously, he's averaging 5 assists, but if you go down here and look at the minutes, he's only averaging 31.6 minutes. I do have him for 34 minutes, and per 34 minutes with Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet, he is averaging 5.4 assists. And then if you just want to split the difference in minutes, right? So like I said, I have him for 34 with 30 to 38 minutes with Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet. Then his hit rate is 65.6%, which is 21 out of 32 games. This really shouldn't come to a surprise to anyone either. I mean, if you look at those last 10 games, OKC is allowing the highest catch and shoot frequency. They're a big catch and shoot funnel. If we go back to the props madness, we can see that, on the year, let's go to like Fred VanVleet. just to like look at spot up. Yeah, so OKC allows the 4th most points per game to spot up. Like I said, they're a double happy team, even though they probably don't need to be, but they are. It's how they play defense. They like to fly around. And that's why Sengun's potential assist numbers have been so good against OKC. So there's been a little trend in this video. My first 2 plays are at FanDuel, and guys, I absolutely love FanDuel. Full transparency, I actually only use a couple books to bet props in the morning, and FanDuel is absolutely one of them. FanDuel, you can feel pretty safe betting morning lines, knowing you're probably going to get a little bit of closing line value, but still being able to wake up the next morning and being able to bet more than $5. They are the absolute gold standard in terms of being pro-consumer. And if you guys are serious about betting, you actually want to bet a little bit of money, FanDuel is an absolute must. If you sign up with the link in the description, you can bet $5 and get $200 worth of bonus bets if you win. This is a free way to support the channel, guys, but honestly, I'm also very, very confident that you guys will enjoy your experience on FanDuel the same way I do. Third and final play, guys, going Jalen Duren over 26.5 PRA. This one is really sneaky in my opinion, right? Because Isaiah Stewart is still suspended, right? He got hit with the 2-game suspension. And I know if you just look at his graph without Isaiah Stewart, nothing really pops, right? But what does pop is the minutes. So 26 minutes, 34 minutes, 27 minutes, 32 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and 34 minutes. He's averaging 30.4 minutes per game without Isaiah Stewart, which is way up from a season average of 26.2. And it makes sense, right? Isaiah Stewart, I know I was kind of shitting on him the other day, and because I'm a Wolves fan and stuff, but he is a legit solid backup center, right? He's a much better player than Paul Reed, and Stewart's a 20-minute per game guy. Paul Reed, when he's the backup, is a 14 to 15-minute guy. So yeah, I mean, and that's reflective in Duren's minutes here, right? Because it's you're going to get 48 minutes of Duren and Stewart usually, but now you're getting 48 minutes of Duren and Paul Reed not sharing the floor together. And yeah, I mean, since March, right, there's only been 2 games, but he played 30 minutes in a win by 28 against Utah, which is very encouraging, and then lost by 16. This game was close, but 34 minutes last game against OKC as well. No Tobias Harris. So yeah, without Isaiah Stewart, doesn't actually impact his production per minute, obviously, because they don't share the floor altogether. But as you can see, he did play 26 to 34 minutes in every single game with him, and or without him. And this is the last 30 games. He's over in 23 out of 30, and I think that it can get a little bit better. He's been absolutely hooping, man. So Jalen Duren, last 38 games with 26 to 34 minutes, he's over in 28 out of 38. If you want to, nitpick it down a little bit, last 27 games, 22 out of 27. This dude's just been absolutely hooping, man. He's a much better player than he was to start the year, honestly. Yeah, over his last 36 games per 30 minutes, which is where I have him projected at, obviously. He's averaging 30.8 PRA. So like I said, man, if he plays 30 minutes against the Raptors, 30.8 PRA is the norm. And matchup with the Raptors, guys, I think it's a fine matchup with the Raptors. If we go to less than 10 feet, obviously that's where Duren's operating. The Raptors do allow a pretty high frequency. It's the 8th highest frequency. I will say they haven't been allowing a ton of makes. They've actually been, allowing a pretty low field goal percentage, but I'm definitely more of a frequency guy, and I think that the 8th highest shot frequency from less than 10 feet is somewhat encouraging. This is also definitely encouraging, right? So it's the last 10 games, Raptors are allowing the 3rd most rebounds, and I believe offensive rebounds they've been kind of getting crushed too. I think that's 7th most or something like that. So that's obviously very encouraging for Duren, who is a beast in the glass. So yeah, guys, with Duren, honestly, this is just a sneaky edge. The books, they're not factoring in that Stewart's out and Duren's gonna play. Duren's projection should be 4 minutes higher than it normally would without Isaiah Stewart. So yeah, if I'm gonna have him at 30 minutes, I'm probably gonna have him around 30.5 PRA projection, and this is a 26.5 line. I just think it's too short. I think that this is a sneaky edge, and yeah, this line should probably be closer to 29, 30.5 or something like that. All right, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, supporting the channel. Make sure to drop a like and sub to the channel if you've been getting any value out of this content recently. And it's Friday, baby. Hope that everyone has a great day. Be smart, have fun, be safe, all that good stuff, and hopefully let's continue the winning streak and cash out some money today.